And welcome back to the Daily Blend Show. If you're new around here, this is the rundown where we feature what's going on across Daily Blend, special projects I'm involved with, and of course, we dissect world-class entrepreneurs, founders, operators, executors, brands, have a little bit of fun, share a little bit of insights, and keep the ball moving. Before I jump the show, I gotta share a fun story from this week. Or past week, I should say. So I went to my first manufacturing conference and we're there with 200 people talking about everything from tariffs to making, large things that move fast and never come back. And the biggest takeaway from the event that everyone wanted to talk about was how good the lunch was. And I got to say, I was sort of taken aback that this was the topic of conversation for most of the morning as I arrived on day 2. And then at the end of a presentation, the CEO goes, "Hey everyone, thanks for sitting through my hour presentation. Real excited about the lunch." And so at this point now I've been hyped by every person at the conference of how great the lunches were. And the CEO was sort of co-signing it, so I had to try it out. And sure enough, I walked in. Not only was there loaded baked potatoes, not only was there a wedge blue cheese salad, but there were 3, not 1, not 2, 3 types of steak or red meat, a chicken platter, if you're not so interested in red meat, and desserts from the I to the C. Anyway, that's my fun story. Before we jump into the show, I want to remind you we are on Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, and of course, dailyblend.com. Check us out online on X and Instagram at Daily Blend. With all that said, let's jump into the show. So, if you've been following along the show lately, we've been getting really close to launching the golf project, or my golf project, I should say, aka Sheridan. And we got to go out and do some testing of some gloves last Friday. In the evening, got to try out the dark blue glove. What's the color my daughter calls that? Indigo. Anyway, it was really cool to try out my own glove. I want to make some updates. I didn't like the length of the thumb. I didn't like kind of the sheen of the glove. So we're going to go back to the drawing board with a couple of different things, but the look was great. The color didn't really rub off that much, and I sort of death grip the golf glove. So I was pretty happy how they turned out. I would say the one negative was my manufacturer not only reversed the logo, so I had it upside down, but also didn't stitch it and screen printed. But who cares? We were there to check out the glove construction more than anything. So if you want to follow along, we're talking about this for a while, but we're actually going to post some pictures this week. Go check out Sheridan Clothers on Instagram, or check out my microsite, dailyblend.com/golf-project. And it's a huge segue to kind of our story of the week. So at the top of the funnel in golf, if you will, or golf entertainment, you've got the surge of influencers and entertainers reimagining how the sport is consumed. You've got Bob Does Sports, Good Golf, Grant Horvat's golfers doing things they aren't your traditional PGA pros, right? They're filming courses, vlogs, mic'd up, matches, challenges, behind the scenes, moments that feel more YouTube than USGA. And guess what? It's working. They've built massive loyal audiences by blending humor, personality, and authenticity. Everything I love. They're helping new fans and players feel invited into the sport, maybe for the first time. Let's think about that. It's no longer just a country club. Everyone's welcome. Layers on what's happening on the pro side. We've got the PGA Tour dealing with LIV Golf, and you've got an ongoing identity crisis between legacy and disruption. While the PGA is trying to protect tradition, LIV is pushing spectacle, bringing DJ sets to tournaments and marketing golf as a premium entertainment. It's a clash of eras, but it shows you exactly where golf is headed. More attention, more access, more culture. Think about that for a second. In the middle of all that, there's an entirely new kind of voice emerging. Okay? Someone who's not playing for clicks, not swinging for trophies, but shaping the conversation. That's where Raymond Williams and the Golf Project come in. See, the tie was kind of the code name we gave our project. We stole it from him. I'll just be honest. All right, let's break down the three pillars of what I call the non-golfer golf world tripod. So you got comparisons with commentator archetypes. Okay. You've got traditional golf media commentators, performs like Golf Channel 52, publications like Golf Digest, and established commentators like Nick Faldo, Jim Nance, typically prioritizing PGA Tour news, player performance analysis, tournament coverage, swing instructors, equipment. The list goes on and on. Over the past few years, golf has undergone a serious image upgrade. It's no longer just khakis and country clubs. It's content, fashion, streetwear, and storytelling. You've got creators like Bob Does Sports, Good Golf, Roger Steels, and golfers doing things dominating YouTube and Instagram. They've made golf funny, fast-paced, inclusive, and sometimes a little bit ridiculous. But it works because it feels real. It feels human. Now you've got your sort of second bucket, which is niche brands, business analysts. While other analysts or publications might cover the business side of golf, focus on market size, financial performance, or operational aspects, Golf Project specifically targets the intersection of brand strategy, aesthetics, and culture. It analyzes the qualitative aspects of how brands build identities and connect with consumers and a style-conscious segment of the market. So golf influencers is kind of the last bucket and kind of more generals. The golf influencer space is diverse. It's encompassing entertainment-focused creators, lifestyle vloggers, players documenting their personal journeys, trick shots, and those offering basic tips of products, etc., etc. While many influencers touch upon golf fashion, or Williams, distinguishes itself through the analytical depth it applies to brands and trends. It seeks to explain the why behind the style rather than simply displaying it. Let's talk about why Raymond Williams, aka Golf Projects, matters and what makes it different in this crowded, evolving space. And its core, the Golf Projects is a deep dive into golf's visual culture and brand evolutions. It's not about performance, it's about perception. Now, while a lot of golf influencers are in the business of building personal brands or launching merch, Raymond Williams is taking a different approach. He's not trying to drop the next golf hoodie or build a hype machine around a capsule collection. Instead, he's analyzing what's already out there. Raymond Williams, aka Golf Projects, is part of an editorial, part brand analysis, and part cultural commentary. He's digging deep into how brands are showing up in the golf space, how they launch, how they tell stories, what their visual identity says intentionally or not. He's studying the business of golf culture, not just the vibe. Now, what makes the Golf Project so compelling is that it fills a gap. We have content creators, we have athletes, we have brands, but we don't have many people stepping back and saying, let's actually talk about what's going on here. And Raymond does a great job, or Williams, I should say, does a great job from his background in branding and creative directions. So he knows what to look for and how to explain it. He's breaking down everything from typography and color palettes to campaigns, rollouts, audience strategy. And he's doing it through a golf lens, but with the clarity of a brand strategist. This matters because golf is becoming multidimensional. It's not just about playing a good round, it's about how golf fits into your lifestyle. It's how you dress, who you follow, what stories you connect with. Golf is turning a lifestyle category, and the smarter the audience gets, the more important voices like Williams becomes. Now, beyond sort of the comparison to others in the golf space and their focus areas, let's discuss Williams' 5 key areas of differentiation. So number 1, specialized focused. Golf Projects is laser focused on brand strategy and messaging and aesthetics. It's not distracted by swing tips or tournament analysis. It stays in its lane and owns it. Number 2, analytical depth. This isn't surface level commentary. Raymond dissects brands like Malbon, Eastside, and Sugarloaf to understand why they work, how they use storytelling, design, and positioning to grow. That level of that level of insight comes from his background in brand consulting, and it shows. Number 3, credibility and authority. He's not just a TikTok voice, he's a style editor at large at Scratch and a media brand with roots in the PGA Tour and deep reaches into the digital golf audience. That role gives him a platform and trust. Number 4, modern platform strategy. Raymond isn't trying to play the old game on new platforms. He uses TikTok, IG, podcast appearances, and long-form editorial on Scratch.golf to communicate his POV in ways that feel native to his audience. And number 5, bridging brands and consumers. His true gift. He makes complicated brand strategies feel relevant and understandable. He's not speaking at you. He's translating the business of golf into culture we can relate to. Golf is no longer just about how you play. It's about how you show up. It's about how brands speak to culture, how fans connect with story, and how the creators like Raymond help us see the game differently. This is a new lane in golf, and Raymond is owning it. If you want to check him out on yourself, you can find him on TikTok and IG. He's at Golf Projects. His editorial work lives on Scratch.golf. He's made guest appearances on golf podcasts like Fair Game and Get in the Hole. And as the host of this show, we would love to have you. This is someone to watch, not just because of his content, because of what he represents, the rise of smart, specialized voices in golf media. So that wraps it up for this edition of the Rundown of the Dailey Blend Show. If you're enjoying these kind of deeper dives into brand culture and communities, make sure to subscribe, share with fellow golf nerds, and leave us a review. You can check me out at Read Daily pretty much everywhere on the web, and you can find Dailey Blend at Dailey Blend on IG and X. Check us out at daileyblend.com, and of course on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. If you're building a brand, DM me. We'd love to look into it. Until next time, thanks for tuning in.